Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Mariner ceiling fan. It's a outdoor rated or damp rated ceiling fan from Hunter back in the early 2000s era. No, they still sell it to this day. This one is from the 15th week of 2004, so it's a little bit older than my white one. And with that being said, it is in the very uncommon new bronze finish. You can still buy them today, the newer version of it in this finish, but you really don't see the older ones like this in this finish at all. And that's because the white ones were actually sold in the stores from 2002 up until about, I want to say 2016 or 2017 was like the last year they sold them in the stores. I'm not too sure about it, but they still sell them online. Now, this one was a special order or online only model that they sold back then for Home Depot. Now, they probably sold them at other stores like Ace Hardware or other hardware stores that aren't huge chain ones and such. I wouldn't be surprised if the Menards sold these as well or other places, but with Home Depot specifically, they only sold them online. So that's why you really see these fans compared to the white version. Now, they did come in a weathered brick finish as well, though that was in the late 90s up until like the year 2000, 2001, I think. I'm not too sure on that. But they might have sold them into the 2000s era, but I think they were also part of the Prestige collection from the early 2000s. But yeah, I just always liked how this fan looks in this finish. I really feel like it suits well for an outdoor look and such. It's a fan I consider installing outdoors myself, with or without a light kit, though I'd love to find the Marine 2 light kit that would go with this and the new bronze finish, just to make it look more complete. But yeah. The fact that I found two of them, a white one and a new bronze one, both new in the box, I find pretty nice. So, but obviously this is the more unique one, I think, because you rarely see these in this finish. The white ones are very common, but these ones are, you just don't see them. Now it does have one chain for the reverse and the other one for the fan. And, yeah, let me go ahead and show the top. It's a plasticky motor housing. The top portion is metal. Those three rings in the middle are plastic, and then the bottom portion is metal as well. And there's the mounting for it. I gotta say, it's an improved mounting hardware compared to the other one they used in earlier 2000s. But still not my favorite one from Hunter, but it's not the worst either. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start off on the low speed. Now, I'd be kind of hesitant on installing this outside directly. If anything, I might install like in a screened porch or something like that. Or so I'd be hesitant a little because it's a pretty uncommon one. It's an older one. If it was if it was like the newer version, I wouldn't mind putting it outside, but I don't know. It's just white ones I see outside. What usually gets worn looking is the blades turning yellow, and unless the people keep them clean and such, then they won't get yucky looking. However, with darker looking outdoor fans, I'm not too sure, only because I haven't really seen too many in this place that they take care of them and such. Now, I've seen Black Hunter Captivas outside, where they look a bit worn. But I mean, black is more of a finish that can look worn out outside after a while anyways, so that's not really the fairest comparison. Haven't seen so many fans like this in this finish outside for a long period of time, so it's kind of hard to judge it, but I mean, I don't think it would do bad out there. I mean, I would just honestly have to keep it from getting like dust from outside and all that stuff, just so it won't look gross over time. I mean, with the Hampton Bay Gazebo and the copper patina finish, at least with that one, the finish doesn't really look gross looking over the years. With this one, I'm not too sure on that, but I don't know. It probably would hold up well. Probably won't look brand new after several years, but I really don't think it would look crappy after a while and such. I mean, there's the white one that's near me with the Marine 2 light on it. The fan doesn't. The blades are a little bit yellow, and the top is a bit yucky looking, but that's more so because it's never really cleaned and such. And the only thing that's really rusting on it is just the screw for like the switch housing. Other than that, the fan itself, like, it's held up well. Yeah, it was good air on the low speed. It's a nice gentle breeze. Now for medium. I do wish that I had the Hunter logo pull chains that they would have had in the mid to late 2000s era, so I could use on this if I was to have a light on it. I could just get like those lighthouse looking ones, which I think would actually look pretty fitting on it with the based on the switch housing, but not the switch housing, the motor housing. I feel like I saw two of them on eBay a while back in bronze, and I regrettably didn't buy them, especially now that I have this. I kind of wish I did get them. But I could always try to find a pair of white ones and just try to paint it to look like this. I mean, I have four of them. I mean, I have two from the new one, Marks Oakhurst, and then I have two from the other one that I gave to my aunt. So I'd rather at least have a backup one. That way I don't have one that's worn out. If it was in rough shape, that's a different story, but it's not being installed anytime soon, so I'm not really worried about it at the moment. If I was to find a third set of them, then I would paint the ones that are in the worst shape. But I mean, it's definitely a fin that would look good in like a backyard porch, front porch, with or without a light. I'd love to have like one of those like those outdoor mount things for hunters that they had back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I would love to have one of those for this. I'd even use it in this apartment right now because the neighbor next to my bedroom basically is like a kind of like a studio-ish type apartment. They had like a little outdoor deck area that they set up with LED lights, with like ones up for outside and such, and some patio comfortable chairs and such. And I was really thinking that would look pretty cool if they had one of these there just on the mount thingy. I mean, they did put like a thing to mount the lights on it, like a wooden thing, the tension pole. I could show it next time I'm out there just to show it, but I could probably get away with doing it, but I know if the landlord came by inside, they probably would tell me to take it down, unless it was like on an actual certified stamp thing to mount it on and such, like the Hunter one. But yeah, no, it's not even wobbling at all. It's one blade that seems to be a little bit out of clock, or there's a tiny, maybe it's a tiny bit more loose than the other ones, but yeah. It's nice and quiet, as to be expected from the 2000s era, before they started to cheapen out on them into the late 2000s. So yeah, here's high. Now it did come with the rubber thing you can put above the canopy, so that way if it was to rain, if it was like installed outdoors where it would get wet, it wouldn't like leak into the fan. Like in all honesty, I feel like either this, the copper patina gazebo, or the white marina, I wouldn't mind installing outside. The only reason I wouldn't mind putting out the white one is because they are not really hard to find. I can always find another one in a box, or if I found a used one, I'd definitely put that one outside. But I prefer to have something that's more brownish looking just because I feel like it just looks more outdoor looking and such. Plus, if I was to have like furniture outside, I wouldn't go with white stuff outside. I'd rather go with like brown or fake wood type looking stuff. Not that I don't like white ones, I feel like the brown stuff would hold up over the years a lot better. But yeah, no, it definitely moves a pretty good amount of air. Yeah, it's definitely a good air mover. Nothing insane, but I mean, for an outdoor fan, it'll definitely do the job without an issue. I mean, it's been about 100 air movers, so it's what you'd expect. Alright, I'm gonna shut it off. Spin down. And I'll show in reverse afterwards. I really don't expect the spin down to be that long on this. 2 minutes at the most. And that's because the bearings aren't broken down on the fan yet. It's the first time it's been run, so. And I did do a quick plug-in type test to see if the motor works before hanging it up, which is something I do with all the fans before I hang them up. That way, if there is an issue with it, I don't waste time putting it up and then find out it's not working right and have to take it back down. Alright, it's coming to a complete stop. Spinning was a little bit longer than I expected, but it's not a bad thing. Alright, now to show it on reverse. Now for medium. Yeah, the one thing I can definitely say though is that if I was to install it outside and have it with light, I would have only the fan in the light with port extensions. That way I don't put it on reverse by accident. I mean, if it's outside, I obviously I wouldn't need it on reverse. Alright, now for high. It's probably just a tiny bit on reverse, but you can barely even notice it. So, yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.